Sorry, are you staying here?
Well, for the intro, it needs to be, and then once you guys hit
Okay.
executive, I'm going to hop out. And then, yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead, Amber, we're recording now.
Okay, terrific. So thank you everyone for joining us this morning early. I appreciate you taking the time out of our normal schedule for this meeting. The purpose of this meeting is to meet and discuss the recruitment process for our executive director at the OGEC. And of course, we've been working hard in the background just to get this process going. My understanding is that we are going to essentially just move on into executive session, and we'll have an executive session, and then we'll come out of executive session. At that point, we'll have a vote on who to move forward as to the next round of interviews. So I'm looking at staff to tell me if anything has changed before I proceed. Looks like Commissioner Newell is in the waiting room. Should I just admit her? I will admit her. There, I did it. Okay, so seeing no objection from staff, I think our plan is to go ahead and move into executive session. And I can read the executive session script before we make that move. So the Oregon Government Ethics Commission will now meet in executive session pursuant to ORS 192-660 sub 2 sub A to consider the employment of a public officer, employee, staff member, or individual agent. The commission will be discussing candidates and candidate selection for the next round in the executive director recruitment process. At its meeting on October 6, 2023, the Commission satisfied the requirements set forth in ORS 192-660 sub 7 sub D for convening an executive session under ORS 192-660 sub 2 sub A. Representatives of the news media and designated staff shall be allowed to attend the executive session. All other members of the audience are asked to leave the room. And if you're online, we will assist you in leaving the room. Representatives of the news media are specifically directed not to report on or otherwise disclose any of the deliberations or anything discussed by the commission in the executive session. At approximately 8:45 after the executive session, the commission will return to open session and welcome the audience back in the room. When the open session reconvenes, the commission will publicly consider the executive director candidate next round selection. So I'm looking at our counsel to confirm that I just did that correctly, as I'm relying on his advice. And he's smiling at me, which I, yes, and a thumbs up. Okay, we're good to go. Thank you for that. So